Today I'm presenting on understanding emotional release in back pain management, a very important topic and something that we see in the clinic on a regular basis. My name is Dr. Cary Yurkiw. I've been a chiropractor now for 30 years. I went to school in Toronto to study chiropractic. I've been practicing for 15 years in Winnipeg and then 15 years in Penticton and Kelowna in British Columbia. I do have a special interest in the mind-body connection. I'll tell you more about that as we go along. It's something we see a lot in the clinic. So understanding this mind-body connection is important. And the brain is connected to parts of the body through the spinal cord, including the muscles and the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers. And in the brain, there's the conscious thought up here in the cerebrum, but there's the primitive brain right here, which is more unconscious, where there's emotions and reflexes. And this is where a lot of our emotions are generated. And when you're sending signals from the brain to the spinal cord, the organs and the tissues respond to that. Either they're relaxed or they're tight, and it's all a response to your perceived environment. So if you're feeling threatened, then what will happen is your body will go into a fight or flight response. These yellow sympathetic nerves in the middle of the spine will be more active, and it's going to tighten up the body, getting it ready to fight or flight. The opposite is true when you're relaxed. These green nerves, called the parasympathetic at the bottom and the top of the spine, send signals to the organs, just telling them to relax, to recuperate, to heal. So very important that we have the proper balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic system, otherwise known as the autonomic nervous system. And this is where emotions and the physical self can have a strong connection. I've seen people that have had stressful situations in their life. It's caused a lot of tension in the body. Similarly, I've seen people with injuries to their body causing a lot of stress and emotions because of the physical injury. So it kind of goes both ways. It's important to understand this process here in the clinic. So for chiropractic care to release tension, one of the most important things we can do is assess the body and then do adjustments to realign the body, whether we're doing traditional hands-on techniques, we're using instruments. That's all designed to realign the body, allow the nerve flow to get through, and to produce symmetry in the body for the muscles. This really helps with that mind-body connection we just talked about and helps us to feel more comfortable and responsive to our outside environment. So there's other treatment modalities that I'll talk about in this presentation, some self-help techniques, as well as laser and shockwave, some of the treatments that we do in the clinic. Now you can practice some of these emotional release techniques yourself, and I would encourage you to get somebody who can help you to study mindfulness. Back in the late 1990s, I went to Harvard Medical School to the Mind Body Institute. Dr. Herbert Benson was the founder of that. I wanted to study more about the mind-body connection and how that could be used to help patients to heal. So mindfulness is one way, and meditation is another way. Meditation is a way of focusing the brain and using breathing techniques to reduce the stress levels in the brain, to bring more resiliency to the brain so you're more adaptable to emotions and thoughts. It just calms the mind. There's also techniques like EFT or emotional freedom technique. This involves more physical, like tapping on certain acupressure points to stimulate them to release tension in the body. And then there's guided imagery and visualization techniques that you can do in a class or using audio or video to help you to visualize reduction in stress levels, a reduction in pain, and guide you towards better health. Now, as far as some of the latest techniques for back pain, something that we do in the clinic not only are adjustments and the newest techniques of adjustments that are gentle, effective, and safe, but also we do techniques like shockwave and laser in the clinic. And shockwave and laser are sound and light therapy to help heal the tissues. And we're getting a lot of good results with shockwave and laser I can think of one case this week where we did shockwave for a gentleman that had low back pain. It really helped him. I can think of another case where another person was suffering from post-concussion symptoms, and it really helped the neck and the head area doing the laser in the upper cervical region. Also, lifestyle adjustments are important. So this involves nutrition, posture, ergonomics. Very important to teach the patient that, because it's going to help with their nerve, blood flow, and the tension level in the body. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those. If you're live with us here, you can type them in the chat. If you're on social media or you're watching a recording, you can always type these questions in the comments, or you can DM me. Feel free to do that. Be happy to answer your questions. And if you're in the Kelowna area, feel free to come into the clinic, or I could refer you to someone in your area. If you want to know more about what I talked about today, then you can go to our Google reviews as well as our Facebook reviews or RateMDs. You'll see the number of 5-star reviews and the patients with different types of health issues that have come into our clinic. Also, you'll see some case studies of people that have had treatment in different areas. And I want to encourage you to take some action. So do something about your pain. Reach out for some help. Pain is your body's way of telling you that to pay attention to that area. Now, why choose us for your chiropractic care? We're accepting new patients without a doctor referral. We bill direct to insurance, including ICBC. We offer personalized care and a professional environment at our clinic. And we offer things like health coaching for patients that have come in. Maybe they're from other areas of the province and they want to stay in touch and to get some health coaching from us. Now, we offer the health coaching in 2 ways. One is through the clinic for existing patients. The other is through our company, which is called True North Coaching Services. And this is where we can help people that are outside the Kelowna area to guide you to the right chiropractor, practitioner, but also to stay involved like a quarterback to encourage you to take action with self-help, in particular, making lifestyle changes, encouraging you to have a plan, to follow through on the plan, sharing our expertise, as well as overcoming any obstacles you may face. The other thing about coaching is there's always that accountability element to it, where we can help you and hold you accountable to making changes in your life. I did write a book on back pain. That was 5 years ago, and it was on Amazon. There's a paperback version, there's an ebook version, and an audiobook. And I talked about the different types of back pain we see in the clinic and things that you can do to help yourself. So there'll be a link in the show notes today, or I'll put a link in the chat that you can use to purchase this book on Amazon. If you're a patient in the clinic, we do have some paperback copies available in the waiting area. So just before I close, I want to encourage you to take some action. Follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I want to invite people in the Kelowna area to come to our clinic. No doctor referrals needed. You can come straight in to see us. We'll do the history, the exam, tell you what the diagnosis is, and then do a treatment. And for the next 7 days, you can use coupon code WB10%. I'll put a link again in the show notes as well as in the chat. And you can use this link to book your first appointment. If you're interested in this topic and you want to know more, we have a masterclass coming up later this week. And this is where you can participate. You can buy a ticket to that. You can get on our Zoom call. If you have questions for your particular situation, we'll bring you up on the Zoom call and you can interact with me discussing your particular circumstances. And then I can make some suggestions to you based on your current condition and your history. I want to thank you for joining us today. Our website is tutstreetfamilychiropractic.com. If you want to email us, it's info@tutstreetfamilychiropractic.com, and our phone number 250-486-5787. 0062. If you're interested in the coaching, you can go to trueexpert.pro, our email address info@trueexpert.pro, and our phone number 778-215-9310. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something about the connection between back pain and emotions, and I hope to see you soon.